How is this so quiet? I guess it's just that part. I like that part better. Okay. It's now possible. I guess no one's here yet. Now I'll talk about it when people are here. But I can link a scene now, which is great. What I think I want to do right now... Well, at some point I should figure out why that problem is happening. Encountered an unknown scene. I guess my face is covering. Anyway, there's an error here. What I want to come up with a way to save this when I'm running it, or when I'm editing it. For example, the line for tangent, like I want to add tangent to this graph. I know what the tangent looks like. It's basically a right angle. It's perpendicular to this line and stuff. But if I can't save, that's going to be kind of annoying. Let me just try. Writing in this editor is not the best experience anyway. How would I even do the math for this? It's a right angle which would be positioned here. And let me just put up a diagram. Ization. Okay. Cosine is at the bottom. Maybe I should have done that, actually. And then put it at the top. Would that be helpful? It honestly might. Maybe. I'm gonna just try to get the 90-degree angle from this and come with a line that way. I guess. So it's getting the angle right here. So I guess all I'd have to do is add pi over 2 to this. And rotate a line by that much. I might end up... Well, I don't want to end up creating a new line on each frame. That probably wouldn't be the best. Okay, let me just start. Let me just start this really simple. Will I have to do some sort of intersection thing? I would do stuff that tangent equals. And try to make that bigger, but the scaling doesn't work that well. I want this to be an OpenGL line. I'll just go from this. Initially, it won't have any distance, I guess. Oh, did I break this because I edited the code? I think it just messes up if the angle is 0. But anyway. Just from self.radius times right itself. And I'll just make it that. So I can do that much and you'll never be able to see it. Now... And this is moved. I'll just do something that doesn't really make sense. And put start and end on. Now this is 4 spaces. And I guess what I want to do, I'll just put the circle point or the circle location. And from there to the circle location plus right or something like that. Okay, so that isn't correct. It should let me see something, so that's what I wanted to see. Okay, that's not actually what I want. I want this to be normal to the line that appears there. It's so much slower with the dev tools on. I'll try doing this without dev tools. Although there's no error catching or handling. Okay, I'm gonna have to get... I basically have to take that vector from the origin to there, to that circle point, and then rotate it. So maybe all I have to do... There must be a rotate function, like to rotate a vector. And space ops somewhere. Takes a vector and an angle. Okay, sure. So I guess what I want to do is circle location, then rotate vector. Of that. Now the angle, I'm going to want this to go negative 90 degrees here, and then positive 90 degrees here. For now, I'll just do negative. Negative pi over 2. Okay, so that should be that rotated vector. This is the coordinate of my tangent line I created in JS. 0, comma, negative sine theta times radius. Then cosine theta times radius. And negative sine theta times radius. Okay. I mean, that's probably correct. I think you're right. Yeah, I just want to work through this. This should be very close to what I want it to be. So I think if I just take the circle location and then add this times like, I think that's all. I think just this. If I render that. Great, so now it's doing basically what it's supposed to do. 1 over cosine theta. Yeah, it's fine. No problem. Okay, so just what I have there is pretty good. It makes me wonder a little. I feel like the sine label is going to cover the tangent label. Actually, all of these labels will probably end up covering each other. A little bit, but oh well. Wait, I didn't know the tangent was there. That's pretty cool. Wait, does this work out? Where does the tangent end up being negative? Shouldn't the tangent be negative here? After pi over 2? I'm gonna get like basic pre-calc wrong. So here's tangent, here's pi over 2. It goes from positive infinity to negative infinity. So this, when it crosses this line won't be negative. I guess it still doesn't look negative if you use this line. But oh well. That is a pretty neat way to visualize it though. So what I need now is to figure out the length of this thing so that it only goes as far as the x-axis. And whatever I choose, it'll probably end up breaking. Like here. I don't really know a better way to do it. I mean, there's probably a way to figure it out geometrically. Since I guess there'd be similar triangles. But who's got that kind of time? I'd rather just do and try to find the intersection or something like that. Okay, so here's a function. Line intersection returns an intersection of two lines, each defined with a pair of vectors. Okay, so then I could put in the x-axis, then the tangent line. And I guess this returns a point? I guess this only works for two-dimensional lines, which I guess is okay. What's the difference between this and get intersection? Find intersection. Intersection of a line passing through P0 in direction V0 when passing through P1 in direction V1. This is actually more useful, I think. What info you need to create the tangent? Right now what I'm trying to do is figure out how long to make this line. Or the tangent line. I guess you can't see where I'm pointing because when I move the mouse it moves the diagram. But this is supposed to always intersect the x-axis. But I think this is enough. If I use this find intersection. So I'll try. It should be like tangent x-intercept. And then I need a point P0, V0, then P1, V1. So the x-axis will be the origin and then right. That's the point in the direction. Then the second one, I haven't actually used Manim in so long. And the second one will be the circle location. And the direction will be that rotated vector, essentially. Okay, then I should be able to just put tan vector here. I don't have a ton of faith that that'll do what I want. I should be able to put tan vector here. Okay, that should give me the intersection of the x-axis and this vector. Hopefully. Maybe I should just print this. Wait, where is it? It's so much slower than them. Hey, Aquabeam, what's going on? Okay, so if I run this... I think this is... Is it working? Here it's positive, that's right. I think this is right. They should converge toward 2. Gives me an error there, which makes sense. Here it's still positive 2. And here it's actually negative. So this looks really correct. I expect an error like up here. Which I didn't get. Oh yeah, I did get an error. Okay. So... if I have that x-intercept, all I need to do is do put start and end on the circle location, which is that point, and then right, which is along the x-axis, times tangent x-intercept. And see how this works. And we get an error. What must have happened is that initially this value is something... Oh, wait. I think it's printed out a vector. Print this again. I'm not sure how well this handles. I didn't plan for this to handle any error correction, but it seems to do pretty well. Okay, but this is already a vector, so I don't have to multiply by right. And for some reason, it's a list containing another list. So I think what I should be doing here is saying tangent x intercept indexed at 0. Perfect. I am shocked that didn't crash. I absolutely expected that to crash at the extreme points. Okay, then let me close that. It does seem like noticeably slower now. Probably because that this intersection function, I think it does a fair amount of math. Yeah. I guess it's not a ton, actually. But I wonder if I just... If I just commented this. Let's make it run like that much faster. Guess it's not... It's not a huge amount faster. There are a lot of optimizations that I can still run for this. Anyway, I just want to get this finished. Open an issue about the performance. The OpenGL render is a lot slower than Manim GL and still slower than Cairo. That doesn't seem right for it to be slower than Cairo. Yeah, I don't know. But then I guess it's good we figured that out. Okay, but I'm gonna put this line back and color it There are a fair number of optimizations that I didn't do because I was just trying to get it to work. So it could very well be the case that there are some that are missing. That's a decent color. I mean, sure. So I think the only thing left is to put the label. Might have had a lead, I'll try to investigate it. I have a general idea that there are a lot of... Oh, that was my chat. That there are a lot of optimizations we could do. But I don't know as a specific one we should do right now. If it's 5 times slower, then we're doing something really wrong, though. Now is it just rendering it? Part of the problem... Well, no. If it really counts as a problem. Is that, so few people have any idea how to use OpenGL. And so, like... They probably don't know how to fix it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get time to look at that one weekend. For now, I'm gonna get this label. And I think this basically should be in the same place as the sign label. Which will probably look kind of confusing at the start. And that was at the same place as the sign label. Should have been this. Okay, so that looked generally right. So now, what I'll probably want to do is get the midpoint of that tangent curve and put the tangent label there. Yeah. Although the performance of this is pretty noticeably slower at this point. So you can do select that tan label. And that move to, and I guess could do the circle point plus the x-intercept over 2. Indexed at 0. This. I'll just do that. Guess it shouldn't be going off screen though. I guess what I'd actually want it to do is go in the direction of that vector for a little while and then offset itself from there. So I'd want to find the offset. Oh wait. I think what's happening is that I'm running multiple render loops. Let me do this. Possibly, I'm not sure of that. But it could be the case that just rerunning this, yeah, and that does make it faster. So when I render and then render again, there's some cleanup that I'm not doing. So I have to look into that. Also, the sine and the tangent are always getting in each other's way. This looks complex. As in the math or the code? The code isn't terribly complex, so the code is probably more complicated than the math. Okay. I can see how you could think that. It's not as bad as it looks. Okay. Let me... This offset is going to be the minimum of like 1 and half the length of the tangent line, right? And I don't even know the length of the tangent line. Well, it's this. Tangent line. So this length is going to be square root of this squared plus that squared. Okay, so that's the length of it. Oh, and that divided by 2. Oh, that's what I'm doing here. So it can be 1, a length 1 offset along that vector. Or if 1 is too far, then I'll go half the tangent length. Circle location plus this vector. And now to be circle location times circle location plus this vector, and I've scaled that vector by this. And now it's not moving. The truth value of an array with one or more element is ambiguous. Oh, wait. Yeah, that makes sense. Circle location is a vector. I can't just like square this and square that. This is a vector too. So I should be able to just get the length of a vector. It's just the lineage norm. Wait. Norm of this one minus that one, although I guess it won't matter. Alright, so that's the length, which is a number, and then this I should be able to just divide by 2. So this should be a number, so this should be a number, so now this should make sense. And it kinda does. Oh wait, this isn't a vector. This, tangent x-intercept. What I need here is a vector along that tangent line going toward the x-axis. So a normalized version of like that minus that. Oh, I have the tangent vector right here. So that needs to be there. I'll restart this since I know I'm... Each time I do this, I'm running multiple render loops, so that's slowing it down. For no good reason. Okay. I'll paste that back in, render this. Is it working? It's getting confused sometimes. Tangent vector times... Like here it's working fine. How come here it's not doing anything? I wonder if anything's being logged. Can't multiply sequence by a non-int of type float numpy.float64. So somewhere I'm multiplying an array or a sequence by a numpy float64. Where's that happening? It's too bad I can't just like log these variables. Actually, no, I don't think I can. Because they're within this class. Otherwise, I think I could. Okay, but I'm just gonna print these. And I won't try to do that. Okay, does this make sense as the length of the tangent line? And that answer is yes, it does. Okay, so that's right. Then the tangent vector offset See if that makes sense. And this also looks like it makes sense. Okay, let's see if this is just a location like I think it is. And it's not. Something's wrong with that expression, this one. Circle location plus tan vector times whatever. It must mean the tangent vector isn't what I think it is. It must. So I print that. Is it a list instead of a numpy array? No way. We wouldn't have library functions that return lists instead of numpy arrays for vectors, but we do. Okay. Good job, Manim. Okay, so maybe all I have to do here is cast it to a tan vector like that, or a numpy array like that. Okay, so it gets confused in some of the quadrants. But at least in the first quadrant, I think it's working. Although I think 1 is too long. I think it's half or something. I mean, the length of the tangent vector isn't 1. Its length is 2. So these aren't all unit vectors here, and that might actually end up being more complicated for me. Okay, this works perfectly in the first quadrant. There's that overlap, which isn't that great, but it's doing what I expect it to. Second quadrant, not so much. Third quadrant, it is. Fourth quadrant isn't, so I basically have to condition something on whether the cosine is positive or negative. I think all I have to do is say something like this. If that cosine is negative, then the tangent location, well, it won't be this. Hold on. So it'll be an else condition. That indented really weird. Here the tan location will be this. Otherwise, I think I want a minus sign here. I can move this to that tangent location. Okay, that... Oh man, it messes up here. Works in the first quadrant and the second quadrant. Hmm. So whatever the condition is, it's more complicated than that, I guess. Okay, I'm just gonna put an or false here. So it does what it was doing before. Oh, so this works in the first quadrant and the second quadrant. Doesn't work in the third and the fourth, so I should be testing sine. Okay, I'll just try that. That works. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That works. This is super confusing. Oh, this says or false. Okay, so that works. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That does work. Why in the second quadrant? Here the sign is positive. And I wanted it flipped. I think I'm being bad at math right now. Okay, I want it flipped in the first quadrant and the third quadrant. So I have to flip it if sine and cosine have different signs. No. I have to flip it if they're... Here... I have to flip it if the cosine is negative. I don't know why that would be so difficult. But I'm pretty sure this won't do it either. Let's try. That works. That works. That doesn't work. And that doesn't work. Why? I guess I don't know which direction this vector is going. The tangent vector could be going in either direction, couldn't it? So I'm rotating the circle location for by pi over 2. Yeah. It's not oriented with respect to the x-axis. What I really want is the vector from that point to the x-axis. So I need a better tangent vector, I think. If I do this minus the tangent x-intercept, this. And now maybe that'll work. I'm gonna rerun this. Well, it's doing something. Oh wait, these are the wrong direction. It should be final minus initial. For one thing, I didn't think I was this bad at math, but learn something new every day. Okay. Wait, did this render again? I don't know if it did. It's still flipped. Maybe now, though? Maybe now I don't need this at all. This doesn't make sense to me. The tangent vector is going from the circle location to the x-intercept. So why is adding the tangent vector moving it the other direction? I feel like I'm gonna expose myself for not knowing math. Okay, so it is doing what I expected. Great. Oh, there's something with the offset is off. It's doing like a max instead of a min. Tangent line dot length over 2. Like here, why is it moving so far? And here it moves off the screen. So this tangent vector offset can grow without bound. So how is that possible? Oh, I hit a memory error. That's fun. You paste this in. So here it looks like it's working. It's staying at half. And then it's getting smaller when it needs to. So why is the tangent label going so far? Why? Why? Should this be less than divided by 2? I'll make this divided by 3 and I'll make this 0.3. It's doing like a max instead of a min. Oh, wait, tangent line length. that's the norm. And this is kind of going the wrong... Wait, final minus initial. Okay, this is going from the circle location to the x-intercept. It's getting that length, and it's dividing that by 2. So this will be able to grow without bound. And if it grows too much, then it'll be... Then this won't go any higher than 0.3, the vector offset. But this vector... This isn't normalized. So this... It should be like that, I think. Although the render didn't work. Okay, now this seems to be working. Great. Let's change this back to half. 10 line length. I think this can be 1 now. And this divided by 2. Great. Now all I need to do is offset the tangent label so it's not, the line isn't crossing through it. So close. The vector offset, there's the vector. So the location should be this plus that offset. Plus again, I'll just do like half times right. I wonder why these subsequent renders aren't working. Some memory error. I'll have to see what that's all about. If I just render and then render again, does that break it? Guess that's not enough. Okay. Okay. And I messed up some syntax. Yeah, this needs a plus sign. So this needs to be more than a half offset, I think. Also, maybe this shouldn't be a half so that it doesn't cover the sign so bad. But anyway, I'll make this like 0.75. Okay, that looks a lot better, I think. Although really, the offset should be normal from the tangent line. Do I want to do that? I'm gonna do it. Instead of right, I'll do 0.75 times circle location. That should be a unit vector. Although now 0.75 is too much. There, great. Now the only thing is I want to reverse that, I think, when the cosine is negative. Let's say if cosine is in 0, then that's actually a special case. So I'll put this here right now. Put this here, and this will be a minus sign. Okay, so that's working. That's not working. That's not working. And that's working. So it looks like it's just not... Wait, here... I actually don't see why this would have to be reversed. What if I just made this a plus sign again? Yeah, this is doing what it's supposed to. Guess I didn't need that. I also had something held over from a previous render. Okay, so I'm gonna refresh that. Now run it. Great, I think this is working on all the quadrants. And it is covering sine, but it's not covering it terribly bad. Maybe I could color the labels. Let me see how this looks with a fill color. And that's actually, oh, that's the line. I thought I caught it not updating. Well, I made it the wrong color. It doesn't look so bad. Although it crashed. Because of a memory error, that kind of makes sense. Okay. I'm not going to do the fill color right now. I'm just going to push this version with the tangent and then see if I can figure out a way that it can render without running multiple render loops. Okay, that looks fine. I'm gonna copy this code in. Great. Now hopefully this will happen automatically. Great. I'll push that. Okay, and if that worked, how do you update things with yarn? Yarn global upgrade, whatever. Hope that worked. Anyway, now I can see if I can access that scene on my laptop. Actually, I could see if I can do it on my Windows computer. Yeah, let me try that. So it'll be visible. Okay, but I switched this. Oh wait, it's looking at the wrong window. Alright, forget it. Actually, wait. Nah, that's the wrong size. Well, I tried. I'll just take the significantly less interesting solution of hitting a global endpoint from the same computer, even though I was just running it on this computer. Great, and that's like a viewable by anyone scene. Which I think is pretty cool. What I should do next is, um, I do sometimes wonder if I should bring the cosine label down. So it should be like where the x-axis is. But I don't think that's necessary. Maybe it'd make it a little more intuitive, would it? Would it? Nah, I won't do it. It has that. I want to denote the angle. That would be pretty cool. But I haven't used that even in non-web Manim, so I won't try to do it right now. What I do need to do is make it so that when I render multiple times, it cancels the earlier render loop. Because that's a problem. Basically, if I signal canvas pause, that'll stop. Let me see what happens when I push the render button. So clicking that button calls the render scene function, which emits the render argument or whatever. And this is going to go to render scene, which will do this. And here, it should do signal canvas restart. Oh, and this doesn't have a return, so it continues requesting itself. Wait, start new scene. Yeah, this needs to return here. Yeah. Then it'll do this start new scene, and that will request animation frame. Actually, wait. This will request the animation frame. Now then it'll go straight to here. This should undo the... It should set this to false, so it doesn't go into this loop the next time. Then it'll return. Then when it gets called again, it should be false. Okay. Okay, so now, hopefully... I can re-render this a bunch of times and it won't, like, get slower. Although I don't have, like, a technical way to test that out. But just like trying this, it doesn't seem to be getting slower. Anyway, that was fun. What would be nice is to, well, there's a few things. It'd be really cool if this could output a video. For one thing. If I could... Well, actually, how would that even work? Since this updates when I interact with it. Like... How could that make a video? I guess I could add an updater to just automatically increase this angle. Right? I don't know what to do next. I can make it so that I could output a video. I could start an entirely new scene. I could do some of the UI work so that this looks like more of a real site. So many decisions. And I guess there's that optimization thing Aquabeam was talking about. But do I really care about things that aren't related to the online? Do I? I'm gonna see how difficult it is to use FFmpeg.js. Which I guess is this. And I think this is what 3JS uses as well. An animation that I play back in 3JS that I would like to export to a video file. How can I create a video file from a scene animation? C capture. Loading in the corner. You have to wait for... Well, actually, there's two things. If you're on an Android, or at least on my phone, I can't load it at all. It stays loading forever. But if I use a browser that's like stronger than a phone, then it should be working, yeah. It does have to do that loading though. Wait, how long did it take? Well, there's a few things I could ask you. How long did it take? And what's your hardware? It's actually... I wish I had a capture card attached to my Mac. Because I'm doing it on my Mac. I don't know how much you can see. But I am. But this Mac is blazing fast for some reason. And there's no way this Mac has better hardware than this computer. It's impossible. It is the M1. But still, I mean, this is a bigger screen. So it could be the case that... But even then, I think the resolution of the screen is so high. What computer is this? I think this is like the cheapest possible MacBook Air. I'm wasting time now. It's not a Pro. So this must have been a MacBook Air. I think I got the cheapest one you could get. But it is an M1. And it's not 13-inch, so it must be this. Okay, I don't know. 18 seconds, that's really long. I think that's longer than anything I've used it on. Yeah, I get like 3 or 4 seconds. Let me see if I can time this. 6 seconds that time. Okay, I guess I get about 8 seconds. 9 seconds. Yeah, I need a loading screen. Or like something to show that it's doing something. Okay. Also, there needs to be a way to go from the present screen. Oh, this so much is wrong. This doesn't resize automatically. So that's really janky. And when I go off of the present screen to the like editing screen or whatever, you have to load it again, which doesn't make sense. There should just be a link. Let me see if I can fix that. Surely I can find a way to fix that. Actually, I think the only question is where to put the link. Render pause. Where would I put the link for it? Maybe up here? Or down here? I'll just add another button right now. Eight gigabyte RAM, 10 Gen i5. Don't know what a W11. Oh, Windows 11. Okay, that's pretty normal. The present screen is slow, as in for loading, or like the interactivity is slow. I feel like to test this, I'm gonna need to get a worse computer than what I currently have. The interactivity. Okay, that must be because it's like larger. Okay, I have to see what optimizations I can do. Maybe that thing with the community version running 5 times as slow. Maybe that'll help it. Maybe, I don't know. Because my PC is too strong? Yeah, it's possible. If we're dealing with the... There are different orders of magnitude of performance jankiness. If you're looking at performances where good computers can run it well and then like mid-range computers can't run it that well, that's okay. That's pretty good. It's not good, but as far as having bad performance can go, that's not so bad. Usually you'll be looking at stuff where like your thing just won't even run if your performance is pretty bad. For Manim, it's not unusably slow. Oh, you mean on the non-web version? Also, was it always like that, or did that happen like recently? Change the color. Being slower than Cairo is pretty funny. Always been faster anecdotally. Okay, testing might help with that. Well, that button didn't do anything at all. Oh, and if it was jittery, also you'd want to make sure your dev tools are closed if you happen to have that open. This router link just didn't work at all. That's weird. Okay, that time it worked. But this wasn't automatically rendered. I guess putting this inside a button just... Oh, maybe we should put the router link on the outside. Whoops. Moving once every couple seconds. Nice. That is some good code right there. I guess this is... Wait. What's your GPU? Soon my advice is just going to be to get a Mac. Like, if it's running slow, get a Mac. That's it. Which is ironic, because I don't even like Macs. Why is this offset? That's so annoying. Does it have padding or something? I feel like it'd be really annoying to figure out why this happens. Although maybe this shouldn't even be a button like this. Go here. Padding 0 doesn't help. And margin 0. Something about the anchor, man. Integrated GPU. Guess that would make sense that that isn't that great. Is interactivity in regular Manim slow for you? Okay, it's way too annoying for this to be taller than the rest of them, so I'm gonna make it an icon or something. You can get choppy at time, but if I comment out the model matrix methods, then it's very smooth. That's weird. The model matrix methods should be the fastest way of moving things. Although it is useful that you have a not as good computer, since most use Grand Shader, that's fine. Since that's the only way we can really test it for slower computers. But if you found a way to profile things, that would be really helpful. There were a few useful ways I found to profile things. I wonder if I can dig them up. Well, we could be... Possibly. I think it was P stats. These statistics can be formatted in your points via the pstats module. So you have to run C profile and then... Okay, so what you're going to want to do... Yeah... Hold on. So this is what I did. I'll try to put this in a Manim dev or something. So this generates a Manim.profile. Then you do pstats on that. They have to figure out how to use pstats. Which is basically like this, I think. call count, that doesn't matter. Internal time, cumulative time is probably what you'd care about. cprofile.run foo. I guess you can do individual functions too. So you do like Python MP stats that, and then probably sort. Wait, not that. Sort cumulative, then like stats 10 or something like that. This should give you the 10 slowest, the 10 functions that consume the most time. So you could try doing that. Okay, let me get the go back to this button. This probably won't have to be extra large. There was another one that was really good too. Basically, all of them are better than Flame Proc. Flame Proc is apparently like not maintained or something. Otherwise, it would be good. Okay, I guess that's as good a place as any to put that. Oh, that crashed something. There's no attribute angle. Yeah, this is gonna have to like pause itself. It's gonna have to, I guess, do a render. To present. I wonder if there's a programmatic way to switch the URL. So that I can reset first. There's a present screen. And then it emits render. This, when it rendered, goes to render scene. I feel like that should restart it. Oh, but I want to do that first, I think. Don't have access. You have access to the router instance that's $router. So we this dot dollar router dot push. Okay. So firstly, if I render something, pause, and render again. Okay, so that works. By so this present, I could take out the router link. Instead, programmatically, like at click equals something. Man, I hate not being able to type. Do this, go to present. I'll just put that function here. I want to emit a pause. Which I guess should stop it. I hope so. And then try to push whatever. Path / present. Okay, so now I don't think this will work, but might as well try it. I feel like somebody followed me and I didn't even notice. Dollar router of undefined. Yeah, something's up with that. Inside of the view instance, you have access to the router's dollar router. Maybe I don't need this. Maybe it's like that. But I think my follow alerts are busted. I don't even know how to sign into this. I think this is what I care about. No, it worked. It says someone followed an hour ago and I didn't see. Okay. I do not understand streaming. Dollar router isn't even defined. The results of the profile. Oh. Oh, part of it is It's hard to tell even what's that helpful from the profile. Or it's that slow from the profile. Like the render function, I can see that, but that's kind of a large function. It's weird that wait would take a lot of time. I guess during the wait, it probably has like updaters. Mm-hmm. Then play and then wrapper. I wonder what mkt.py is. Or maybe that's the thing you wrote. Construct, render, built-in methods. I think that's because we exec the file. This Cairo renderer thing. 7,000. Well, honestly, I think it'll probably take more. Probably need more than 10. I'll see if I can find the other way of profiling, because it did line by line. First, I want to find out I can find this router. Const router equals create router, export default router. This has this dot dollar route. Dollar route, that's different than router. Did I just misread that? No, this has router. Check dollar route, and then check this dot dollar route. I shouldn't be pushing, I should just be logging them. Okay. Yeah, dollar route isn't defined either. That is really annoying. We don't have access to this inside set. We cannot access this dot dollar router or that. So we have the use router function. Okay. Guess I have to do this. And snapshot, go to present here. This is where I can use get the router. And here I can push it. Let's try to do that. It's like path colon. if it was line prof or something? Or prof? M line profiler. Still. Push of undefined. Get the managed GL profiler too. Okay. Dang. Why did this return undefined? Called after an await? There's a warning in the console. Injection can be used inside setup or functional components. Did I do it within on-mounted? It's showing more functions. Update frame run. Yeah, it's not. Move dot and draw curve wrapper. We had a lot more function calls too. It'd be pretty hard to tell without having a computer like in front of me. Is this an old thing? That would suck because it's incredibly useful. Dang, it is. Oh wait, there's a current repo. Great. pstat script to profile.py .prof. The results of the profile script to profile.py will be written to script to profile.py.prof by default. Will be a typical marshaled file that can be read with pstats.stats. This may be interactively viewed with the command this. But that's not what you'd care about. You'd care about seeing this. Kernprof L. -L. Okay, this is what I was using. And a Python M line profiler. So you'd want to use this. And then, okay, so you'd want to use both of these together. Ordered by internal time right around CE. Did this get louder? No geovector mobject.py, whatever. Stroke shader wrapper. I wonder if it's because it's caching. No, I think we're also caching the shaders. Okay, I don't think that's as important. What we want to do is install this. And then you'd have to do a command like this one. And this would give you line by line which functions are taking the longest. And this will allow you to see step by step which one is going wrong. So you can see that render is taking the most time. Well, no, wait, that doesn't make... Renders, it won't be that useful. It's something within OpenGL renderer, probably. So you probably want to profile like play internal or something. But I'll just write all this out. Line. I type so slow now. Get line by line profiling. Colon that. Yeah, before I was getting around... Right before I switched, I was pushing 100. Like I would get 100 on and off. And now I'm like pushing 65. So yeah. Oh shit, wasn't trying to do that either. Which... Well, I mean, at first it was like, 0. Well, here, I can just try it here. Let's do some type racering. Hey, they changed their UI. $71. So I dropped like 30 or something. Is a keyboard 2 parts? Yeah. It's actually, when I go back to a keyboard that's together, it does feel more cramped, like noticeably. I do enjoy typing on this one more, but it's this. It's the most hipster, San Francisco, like degenerate thing that anyone into software would get, but like, yeah, it is more comfortable for sure. But the slowdown is really annoying. No getting around that. True. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. So yeah, that should take you you can see which lines within that function are the slowest. That's all true. I'll remove that, I guess. I'll just put in this. What really gets me is that I had a lot of shortcuts. And I have to remember where all the function keys and stuff are. I'll just put dot 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 here. And then Python M line profiler. Dash M. I guess it goes to Manim .lprof by default. Cool. So that'll give you more detailed stuff. Okay, so I was able to get the router object from here, but I couldn't get it within the function, I guess. But that's fine. I'll just get it here. And this one will do router.push. Okay, see if that works. Okay, great. That was perfect. The next step would be to do something to go back. But I don't know if I feel like doing that yet. Darn, it didn't work. It was already running, I guess. Don't know why. If it isn't rendering at first, that works. If it's rendering, then that doesn't work. Man, that's annoying. So I hit this pause, then go here. Emit finish pause and return, so that won't request another animation frame. Then this will get pushed. Then it should emit the render. And that should get a render scene here. If I render that value, that should be false. It should go here. I wonder if I print out if it's rendering. Okay, so this is rendering. I do this. And it is still going. It looks like it might be going twice as fast. But I guess it's attached to a different canvas now. Something's up with that. It's annoying that it would work if you don't render, if you're not already rendering, then it works. That's kind of weird. But okay, it's been just over 2 hours, so I guess I'll call it here. I don't think I need to raid anyone this time. Although I did make some good progress on this. Just too bad for people with really slow computers. Haha. Get better computers. Alright, anyway, I'll see you guys in the next stream or the Discord. $3K. Okay, max are $1,000 also, which is still a fuck ton. I thought it would be really cool if you could interact with Manim things on a tablet. And iPads are the prototypical tablets, so I was thinking about getting one of these just to test it. And these are like as strong as computers. iPads are not regular. I can't find the specs. They are not regular tablets, really. Oh my gosh, there's so much. Okay, well, I can't find it. Anyway. By being iPads true. Okay. But we'll fix the performance. Hopefully. With time. Okay, but see you.